Testing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Sorry, just testing the mic. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Don Gilbert 211 of Twitch. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you patch 6.1 of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker content. I'll be doing the story, maybe the raid. It depends on when I can get to that, but I plan on getting to that after I finish the current story patch. So, getting straight into it, smash that follow button if you haven't already followed. If you want to leave a tip, you're welcome to it. Not demanded, I'm just calling attention to it. It's completely optional, but it's always very much appreciated. Check out my socials and panels below. Follow me on Twitter for live updates on Twitter on when I'm going live. If you want to check out my normal schedule, check the panel down below. I'm in my live stream schedule. I stream 12 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday, except for Saturday, Monday and Saturday. So I stream Monday to Saturdays at 12 p.m. ET. except for Sundays. Sundays I take off. But check that out. Always tune in around that time if you want to see any like I say, any updates on whether or not a stream is canceled or anything particular about what I'm streaming that day. You can check out my Twitter, so follow me on there as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Turning on the game screen. Let me just turn off the background music here. Turn on the game screen. Hey, it's been a while. So as you see, I have the game background music play. I think I'm getting the game background music playing this time because I'm not gonna worry about it from now on unless Twitch says something about it. But I don't think they will, since I read up you can actually stream and play the game at the same time. The music played in the background and the game, as long as it's accompanied by gameplay. That's what it says online. Everything I read. So that's my understanding of the situation. So here we go. Sorry, my hair looks a little messy. I'm probably gonna need another haircut at some point. Just dressed up warm. It's cold in the house. Okay, so how was your guys' day? For those that are watching, I woke up early. I've been tired. I had some coffee and a monster drink to help boost my energy, since one apparently doesn't do the trick anymore. So that's where I'm at with that. Went grocery shopping yesterday. Got a few things. Spent about $50 on groceries, and got some rice and other things. That's my probably not interested in that. So let's talk to Tartaru. Tartaru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Emilius, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to put on a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Front, yes. Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Hear that sound? Ooh, cookies. Look good, don't it?
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
Oh shit. Very quiet. Empty too. That
Not
goes
that
without
I'm
saying.
pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been on, so not me.
Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
No, but I'm sure you have something for me. Brand new adventure, of course. I was gonna say brand new adventure, of course.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you.
Called it. I called it. I knew it. I knew she'd have something for me. She always does.
You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again, and travel the world in search of wonder.
You're right. Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered? That's a great idea, but where to start? Try this one. That's a lot to say.
That's the spirit. I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly.
These
Now,
lines.
all you need is a destination.
And I know you have it, so give it to us already.
If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavner, that's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
See.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Now see it.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world.
But you can only see my mouth.
In anticipate. Shouldn't take much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
What is she sewing?
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Hit me to skip over that dialogue.
I run with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Sleeping.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Vision.
And thus I am returned.
Who's this? Our next enemy, it appears. Newfound adventure.
Ah, you're awake.
Aw. Awake now. Took so long. Harder.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
I'm getting a new outfit, yeah. Yeah! Quest complete. Quest accepted, sorry. A little premature in the complete part. My bad. Guess it didn't quite count as a quest. This way. Where's everyone? Everyone's crowded around her. Observe. Oh, skipped over. And no napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs and final adjustments in him. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready to whole new adventure? That's right, Clat. I'm glad you approve. You've outdone yourself, Tartaru. Thank you. I'll stop. You'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask that you wear this on your travels, or at least anywhere lots of adventures might gather. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, whatever did he perchance those styles yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders to Tartaru's boutique. Charge him. Charge him for the work. Capitalize on that shit. Girl, capitalize on it. Mwahaha, I can hear it now. The merry click clink of gil overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. I'm gonna wear this though. Honestly, I have to put it as a glamour. Ahem. Burgeoning merchants, Empress aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life, new places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You'll never know when some odd past details might become irrelevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of your past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded, the unending codex. Henceforth, probably known as the organization recipient Tartarus served as Science Oathkeeper role. There's a lot to read. Science of the Seventh Dawn. Oh, these are just notes. I can go back here anytime. I'm not gonna spend my time reading them right now. The Unending Codex is now available under collection in the duty section of the main menu. New entries for permanent terms and characters will be added to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to limits. One of the. Can I do it here? Actually, no, I can't do it here. I need to go to an inn. I want to equip that stuff as a glamour. I'm going. Yeah, I'll equip the new gears, the new stuff as a glamour. What's duty support? Endwalker. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm dropping it. Okay, I'm gonna go to teleport really quick to quickest areas here. I'm gonna set the new pieces as glamour, my gear, because I actually want to see it on me. I gotta go to it in first. Oh, that's not where I go. Here we go. Retire to the in room. So that you may now try on gear with when the online is stored via the dream fitting feature. Access dream fitting from the bed and inn and room. Okay. Wait, did I log off? Oh, this is cool. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Just gonna wake up. But that's cool, you can check that. I think my friend told me about that. Now let's go to the glamour. Wayfarers Tower. Okay, oh, here we gotta go. How do I do it again? I forget. Okay. I forget how to, here we go. Here's how we do it. There we go. Turn that into. Wayfarer's fingers gloves. Oh, I turned that off. We can get that turned off somehow. Wayfarer's boots. Neck, ears. That's ear. This one away first. Let me check something. Armory chest real quick, and then I'll get back to the story as soon as I can. I'm gonna customize it a little bit. Yeah, I said like that. It's perfect. Right, no, can't. What's that? Yeah, I'll do that. Or, no, wait. Maybe. I'm trying to think of the perfect pants to put on there. Off the helmet. What's that about? Oh, wow. Never mind. I'll address that later. Exit there. Let's head on back to the main thing. Sorry that took so long. I wanted to equip this new stuff. Back to Tartaru, Bordona. Off to Bordona. Back to it. All right. There she is. Carter has some advice to share with you. The former receptionist is sometimes intelligence gatherer of the science. Allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventures rely on gossip, and the best place to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavnir, I suggest you explore your options at Marid's Mayhen, the finest. Alright, that's nose getting stuffy. Sorry about that. This finest drinking establishment in Razathan. Charm the employees, and they'll not only kick you out, they'll not only point you in the direction of local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks of loosening their tongues. Now I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Emilius, and may fair fortune shine upon you. May fortune shine upon you. Got that from the dub of Oh My Goddess. Really good anime, actually. I'd rather recommend it if you want a feel good show. Off to Razathan. Okay, looks like we got 2 people watching. Thank you for joining me. Whether you're a lurker or not, you're welcome to be here, and I'm glad to have you. Jesus. Playing some 14. What's this? Is music request? Okay. Internet. Here we go. So if you haven't already struck that follow button, just for those watching, you know, if you want to see more and follow my channel, you're welcome to it. I'm glad to have you, so smash that follow button. Oh, let's see, where are they? Oh wait, they're over here. I saw a crowd over there, so I figured that's where they were. Here we go. Welcome to Marid's Mayhen. Marid's Mayhen. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the mountain. Will you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular historian, in fact, who'll tell you all about it. Oh, there he is, Professor Jalheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhen's unique beverages. Offer him a drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Merrim found out I took coin from Thavnir's survivor, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. That's right. I'm the warrior. I get free shit. You don't charge me. Yes. Following event cannot be skipped. You may want to wish to cancel any impeding duty finder registration. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. And what may I do for you, Eurasian friend? My Eurasian friend. What's to ask you about the second availability Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Buttering him up. Laying down the charm. Here we go. Here we are. One merits finest joy. A lovely bottoms up. So are we trying to get him drunk or no? Is it attempts to... It empties the cup in a single pull. That was very kind of you, sir, but I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? Oh, chasing down the old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Alazade? He was Khan of the Aura tribe, which sailed to Thavnir from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Razathan. His decision to aid the Akrasodra is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson Azalda III, who was known for his deeds as Satra in Razathan earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled the world entirely and returned with gathering riches. Others that he had broke an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is a tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to legend, Alzada III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep secret storehouse locked all its worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razathan, folk would remember the tale of the hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim the fortune, but precious few ever made it home. That sounds exciting, and goes without saying, very dangerous. Don't do this at home, kids. Don't go to underwater vaults. Especially with a spear. Take a gun with you. Nah. Fucking around. You definitely take a spear with you. Or a sword, or whatever class. Maybe a white mage. Cast spells. Would you like to hear more? Cough. Apologies, I have a slight tickle and oh, my cup appears to be empty. Another round for the professor. I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, inventor. Is he gonna get drunk? Another for the professor. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit the Mahane. He's gonna get plastered. Yeah, he gulped down his newest drink with gusto. He's drunk. Where were we? Yes, those who did not return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Some account only served to feed the legend, and the Golden Lord grew stronger than ever before. This reminds me of something Azam was saying. Azam's fellow concierge of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying one of his ancient acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Haven't been seen since he set sail. I hear but he did have a. No, I can't say no more. You seem to a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? In my words, set you to your death. I could never leave it. I'm no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? The very edge of existence from anyone else. I struggle to believe it, but I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. I drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Melly, come on. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Is he gonna pass out? Jaheen drinks another cup dry. Anyway, you're being who you are. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more thirst. Friend to Azim's. He was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. Seems he could only get it from a merchant with his name. Bah, I forgot. Let's drink a toast to you, the new best friend. Bailey, more drinkish. He just wants to get drunk. He wants to drink. Dude, I'm surprised he hasn't passed out yet. Say nothing. Be right with you. Good drink, sir. Ah, marvelous, I parched. Goes back another cup. Is he gonna be of any help to me now that he's plastered like this? We were talking about Zim yet. Want to know where Zim is? Around this time, he's ordering often at the usual pleasure. You have learned some useful information regarding the undersea vault. If Johnny were more current, however, he may have had the details to share. Well, I think I made all the right choices, I hope. I think what is it? Well, that's peachy. Guess I'll start here. I got a long area that I got a place to search, don't I? Start at the airship landing. Wouldn't it be funny if I found him right here at the airship landing? I wish it was that simple. Oh wait, I gotta go this way. I went the wrong way. Man, why does it feel like I'm going slower than normal? It looks like, okay. area's not that wide, so I should be able to find him easy. Gotta find him. Ozma. Amazing. Azaham. Azama. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sorry for butchering that. There he is. He's right there. Yes, I'm Sam. Who might you be? True. I'm afraid my friend took a ship out of the search of as a legacy, and I've been watching for his tales ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. And he could talk all about all he could talk about was finding the vault. And that look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Alazim's third's otherworldly hoard and ambition would you be denied. I see it in you too, the appetite for mysterious or unknown, but I'm not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me. How he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him a rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zashel, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for the exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the mountain, and within those ruins hides the path of vault deep below. Okay, so you got a little bit of information. If you truly intend to be seeking, so I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Oh, that's sad. There we go.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III.
Arzadal, there we go.
One of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches. And I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map!
Oh.
Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
Oh, he has to use someone. Justinian!
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
It better not be a fake. Justinian got it.
Well met, my friend.
Well met, my friend.
Someone is dressed for adventure. But why Thavner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Mm-hmm. You seem eager to go be on the way. I never...
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavner what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Oh, that's sweet, Justinian.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims.
Oh, really?
Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Wow, I wasn't quite sure. That's a little bit of a twist. I wasn't quite sure that was going on.
You are coming along, yes?
I didn't think both. I figured the merchant and the kid working together at first, but some other things made me think they weren't. But I guess what the kid was saying is true. Was also about his sister, so I wasn't. If they were working together, I figured the one was a lie. I didn't think both could be true at the same time, so that's a little bit different than what I was expecting here. Naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Your vessel. Hey. Dr. Justinian. You said you will recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir in Virtus Crest. Well, he finally invited me to Ephes and made his proposal once I was too full of Hana's delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the radiant host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a traveler with a ship to fit open seas. Mastias is a fisherman by trade, yes. We should head to Akayali to see if he can help us. Go here. Dun dun dun. Try to drive the griffin. Almost there. Here we go. Whoops. Okay. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So you need a worthy vessel to seek the ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out our way we walked so that you not cross paths with wild beasts. I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Thavnir? You are, I know you are. And I've gone and chased you. I worked with Zossi, you see, the map merchant. My job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price, yes. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg of your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have be enough. I know your game and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out. My friend here were seeking those very ruins. You're kind to overlook the wrong I have done you, but there is more you need to know. Mappy Butt is very real, as is the island it shows. I heard Zossi selling the information to another customer. He told the man where he needed to search about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find the fortune, never to return. You're not going alone to this place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Until you find something that is too tough for you. Please, I cannot bear the thought of we could invite our comrades. Might need to head a hand moving the treasure. Assuming we find any, still it may prove wise to bring some companions along at a time. And as to whom to approach, the Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Let's see. Let's try these two. Those two would answer our call, certainly, but they left the Rising Stones with a different task in mind, and I'm loath to interrupt their self-appointed mission. Try to get Sola. Sola. Her magic would be welcome in addition, yes, but I am loath to interrupt her. You may have a good ask another prickly companion. I hope this is the right one. I know where these two are. Little Lord Avon and his sister, well, they are not bound for were they not bound for Galmo? They have far more important matters. What? Wow, this keeps going. Hi Phil, it's me, Naji. Welcome, Naji. Glad you can make it. How's your day? A crowd may have her hands full rebuilding the stones, but if you search Grotto, he would surely the mission. Well, that set your mind at ease. Yes, if the man is as strong as you say, though, what's wrong with me? Your day's been better? Oh yeah, you're worried about what's coming up, right? Well, I'm glad to see your day has been better. That's good. What is your name, boy? Mehrad, sir. Well, Mehrad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother the two grabby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to your city gates. Thank you, sir. Come on, call me Estinian. So Naji, what are your plans for today? You plan on making YouTube videos, or are you just gonna take a step back from that? I couldn't tell. I remember what you said yesterday, but I think you said you were gonna step back from that, or no, wait, no, you meant after you go through that procedure. You're gonna like take a break or something. I think that's what you said, and I don't remember. Estini is ready to escort Meherd to safety. Maharad, I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He appreciated the invitation, but sure. As I recall, he's based at the annex somewhere out ought to be able to point you right direction. Let us be off to do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Something happened in New York City on the news today. It was bad. I think I heard about that. Yeah, there was a shooting or something in the subway. Like a dude like threw a gas grenade, like a smoke grenade or something, like smoke grenade, and then there was shrapnel thrown everywhere. And then he kind of shot up the train. Yeah, that was bad. I heard about that. That shit probably still in the news. They still haven't. Last I checked, they still haven't caught the guy, and police don't have a suspect yet. I heard about that. Yeah, Naji, that's rough. That's not good news to me. Looks like I'm not the only one that went with the idea of having leg pieces. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, a lot of people cover their legs. As you can see, right up their kilt thing. Let's pray for the people on that train. Yeah, let's pray for dear Lord, help those people that are affected by the disaster today. Bring healing, bring justice, and be with them. Amen. All right. It's a good idea to pray. If you're a believer, and maybe if you're not a believer, everyone that's watching, you know, I think it's a good idea to pray for those affected by that tragedy, that attack. So, okay, let's see where I gotta go next. Sounds. Is it? Old Charlian. Yeah. I want to pray more later, actually, for those people. I'll be right back. I'll be right back now. Just stay here and don't go anywhere. I'm back. Just, still there, Naji? Oh look, we have a welcome back meal. This. What might the students do for you? Oh yes, he is in the main hall with Mrs. Crow. They've been holed. I've been there for days. I mean, you go in them. Let me take a break.
Ah, Urgica, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities.
Raha.
We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around? The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
He's getting excited.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Yeah, you really want to go?
Have you asked anyone else to come along? Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she's spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Exactly.
Splendid. Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
Looks like everyone's coming.
From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
Great, that
None
guy's
can
coming.
deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes.
Exactly, Graha.
If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
You're still my favorite cat girl. Favorite Neko girl.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Can't remember the voice, so this is why I'm saying it. But that character that appeared in the red and black fire, I wonder if Xenos is back. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he came back somehow. I mean, probably not him, maybe, but I have this feeling that it might be someone. I just have a feeling it might be Xenos for some reason. Come on, what is this? Oh yeah, there's a quest here I still haven't done. Oh, here we go. Where is she? Oh, it's this way. There we go. Istola. So many books.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Are we gonna startle her? No, I'm gonna scare her. Like, oh, boo! Ah! That wouldn't be right.
Close my eyes for one moment.
You did scare her.
How long have you two been here?
We just right. We just arrived.
Did you now? I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it.
Obviously, it finds it within her lifetime, though.
Runa, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Al-Zadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Yay, he's coming along. Yay, you stole that! Ah! All those books she left that Mamet's gotta clean up now. How dare you put the workload on those librarians? There we go. Woo! I'm so excited. We've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. Time's going too fast. I may stream this longer than 3 hours. I'm thinking. I really want to see what happens next. I just hope I'm the right item level. I hope that item level 582 is a high enough item level for this story, the perceived story. I would hate to be blocked where I have to go do a bunch of dungeons and get gear again from all my rings just to get in there. Oh, I would hate that. Pray, Jesus, please don't let it be that hard. Please don't let me block behind an item level. I'm proceeding. I really want to get this all done in this stream. Anyone out there, please pray this works out for me. This needs to work. Let me get my mount. I can't fly in here? That's dumb. There we go. I think he's organized it here. Is it, or is it someone else? Here he is. There he is.
our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
It's good to see you as well.
And thee. As ever, thou art the picture of strength.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed.
I'm gonna blow my nose there.
Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loporrits had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Kryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loporrits now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts. Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
Poor Ariane.
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity.
Very convenient.
I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
Yay! The big talker. He joins us. Uses big words that confuse me. Too much for a dumb brain.
How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
On our way.
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Oh, he's here too.
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross. That's because we didn't travel by experimental etherite. It's astounding what a lack of nausea does for one's sense of well-being.
I remember that back in Endwalker. Yeah, oh, by the way, might experience some nausea. This is where they're about to teleport. Like, what?
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seen fit to gather?
Keep having to explain this. Ugh.
Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Mm-hmm. Let's try the White Lunar or the White Falcon. Right leg. Alright. Here we flying through the sky. Here we come to save the day. I sent you the recruit and you returned with an entire survey. Midoriya's boat is straight at the hole, that's all. What it means if we're grateful for us to versus fishing. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I only ask that you take care and steer clear of the rifts of the shallows there. Aye, we keep an eye out. Azal's legacy. Mistolo is intrigued by the legend of Azadal. Azadal Azadal the Third. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed. The tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? What of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations that map both comprise ruins, but beyond that we know we'll find. Not until we find it. Aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Quest accepted. Azadal's legacy is now acceptable. Okay. Try queuing up where. Yeah, I started doing this with party. I don't want to necessarily go in there with the scions. I mean, we gathered them all up, but it shouldn't matter. Let's sit here for a minute, and if it doesn't work, I'll go in with the trust system. Now it's the waiting game. Estimated time 5 minutes wait time, but it could go beyond that. Check out my Twitter. Thank you. Just another bot following me on Twitter. Oh, here we go. Comments. I like playing with players anyway, it's easier that way. Usually. I like the social experience mainly. That name is L. What's it L's? Yeah, it would definitely take longer with the trust on here. Got him. I've never done this before. It's my first time doing this. So I don't know what to expect from this. Okay. Understand that. $14,000. Oh shoot! 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 That. Understand that. Gone. So guys, I'm almost a Twitch affiliate. I'm almost a Twitch affiliate. But I just need 3 regularly concurrent viewers in order to make it to that point. So if you can, I'd appreciate it if you could share, my Twitch channel with your friends and family, or wherever you want to watch it, like Final Fantasy and Halo and stuff. Like basically, Halo or other games. Like I play a variety of games. I play this a lot, but I play a variety of other games too. Whoever wants to try out something new, just invite them to come watch and follow my channel. I'm trying to get 3 concurrent viewers so that I can make it to affiliate. I'm almost there. I meet every other requirement. I'm lacking that requirement, which is one of the harder ones, I think, from what I hear to get. But I'm sure we can do it together, so I'd appreciate if do that. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Love these attack skills. Got him. Next boss is up ahead. My first time playing through this dungeon, so I do not know what to expect from this one. The first one's pretty easy. And this one goes. I see how it goes. I died. Rise. I'm being revived. If I died on this, I have to start over the fight. Okay, guys, I see that. Oh, 1,000. Healer die? Yes, sir. Healer die. No! I died. Just imagine people on news videos call me because just imagine people on the news that video games. Imagine people on the news that video games called by Call of Duty. They really, yeah, dude. There's no correlation between video games and real world violence. Like, that's dumb. There's plenty of studies. I haven't read the actual studies, but there's like a lot of studies that prove the opposite of that. That's just propaganda. Want to revive me? Don't leave me here. Oh, okay, you're gonna leave me here. Dude, the new, I don't think that, dude, that's not, I don't know how, it doesn't matter what they say, that's not gonna, like, the news generally doesn't, like, will attack one type of, will show one type of game and just say all the games cause real world violence, which no game causes, games don't cause real world violence. If that were the case, you know, there'd be lots larger quantity of people doing that, like doing stuff like that. It would be a lot bigger. It doesn't make sense how some would and others wouldn't. They always try to do that. There is no connection. I gotta catch up with everybody. I might catch up. Ugh. They got to the last boss before me. Be right there. I gotta take my medicine for I have a headache. Okay, let's see how. I'm gonna die. Died. Died again. Oh, it's dead, and it barely lifted a finger. Also useless. Head hurts. I get these teeth pulled, but I can't afford it. All right. that.
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away. Perhaps I should simply show you. I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Wow. What a twist. Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in a sense that both passes between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, where a void gate is a product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put into place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to a priceless discovery. The rolling emptiness it puts me in the mind of an old friend, not to mention old foes. You may now enter Oz's Legacy with a printed NPC avatars make use the feature upon the trust and distant menu. Your soul is appraising the void gate with a scholarly eye.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Oh.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Alagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, It finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of voidsent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness. As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether? Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
They managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Honestly, is there any chance I could learn more about the feat? I'll tell you what I can first. However, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians You so hardly destroyed. I will not do to leave the gate unoffended. On my positive, we were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we would be happy to offer assistance. That will not be necessary, much as I retain spare vessels for myself. We keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Radhan. Well, that was something. I bet the kid's gonna be disappointed. Back to Radhan. Possibly we'll discuss the voyage further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the couple have been produced too much scrap. Please bring a new one of storage and see that it is conveyed to pass along the later constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends board of the Tower of Zot? My sister do not tell me about it. Shifty, uh-oh. Why is it the other face? Surely it isn't you who are on the moon. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now I believe you had questions. Quite a few in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. Is it still functional? Yes. Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with alchemy forged lock and warded it with my magics. This pattern has fallen to the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such little door. That little door you speak of leads to the abyss teemed with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would emit only the lowest of voice sent in from this side. No man would be able to pass through. Man, I think Alpha would fit given it load. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hangs upon the etheric density of the soul it transit. You succeed in expanding the dimension of purpose, sending your thanks to my brilliant alchemist, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it. Instead, I bid them the device and means control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magic could manipulate the fissure and transform it into this stable gate. but the process has long since been forgotten. One I had given up searching for, as there was no need to persist such extraordinary. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years unconquered. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. Ancient mechanism channeled Tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with a cloud of darkness. Once the sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from the connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate, forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in bad betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. We could return to search. As I have already explained, I put those Util's hopes to rest centuries ago. My place in my duty here now. I hadn't meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? You have seen those fabulous wells from the stores are quite real. It's not its rumored origin, but I'm afraid it must assure a prior claim. I've been adding to the trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might let people suffering. Then we are one mind. We had no intention of making it for ourselves. Alright, fine. I see. If I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate, make no attempt to open it. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. If you're most gracious, I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in the study, but the Leopards will be anxious to receive my report. I beg you to leave you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mrs. Crow was eager to speak with you about the request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you able. Farewell for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. You may now undertake the chronicles of the new EraQuest series, Myths of the Realms. Speak with the fresh-faced student in Baldesti Annex to accept the request. That must be the new raid. The difficult part is all the deciding how best the resources used. Will lend me this assistance to deliberations. Thank you, Emilius. Emilius and I are in this together. I'll follow for this. Meanwhile, elsewhere. What's this? I bet it's Xenos. Someone. Or not. I sensed breaching of the gate, but it wasn't not my insert to get for the side. It was thrown open from the other side over there. I too felt it, a rare occurrence yet, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There's more pressing matters at hand. Throne of Fire, an opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have waited for nigh on 10,000 years. We desire not let the ship slip our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. But let him come. I will drown the world and watch the fleshy grasp for breath from the final moments. Your zero is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we ceded not our will to fight. Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. That is crazy. Who is that? I'm sharing the wealth. Vershon wishes to discuss the distribution of treasure. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the shrub directly, so I would ask you to act on this instead. And if you are to visit Yanaman, speak with Mesha and his people and listen to their grievances. Seeing I bid you do the same. Pakistan, Palakistan. I will be conducting my own inquiries into kinfolk grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained their needs of populace, we can convince them of time. There's a rose lantern now. I mean, it's glad that you returned and finish the boat. Anything the village desperate needs. Those causes lots hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. We was still struggling to rebuild our lives. Everyone's still struggling to build our lives. Now we'll be banding together the best we can. Hey, it's Rama! Yo up, what up, buddy? Is he there? I don't know. He's AFK. Junkmonger, here we go. Greetings, welcome traveler. Is this your first visit to Thavnir? Then you may try special armor. Other refreshing cannot be. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally part of 3 bottles for a generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be priceless. Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sitting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back from this travel these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the streets. Sigh. How fares the port? Well, it is in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger is past, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and there's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than pitiful tinkle. If Palazzi and his Costridium were still with us, I assured he'd found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that we have a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. You have spoken to the key local figures, gained an understanding of the Promout's hardships. Verse shall await you back in. Oh, okay. Back to Razat Han. Come on, go ahead and do it. Let's repair my gear first. Don't know when we come back here. Hey. Not too far. My advisor's return. I've made it back. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say at the least. And there are a few places I can enter comfortably without the risk of flattening. There's some cart. Well, yeah, Dursty, come on, man. Smarter than that. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people around Pakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit where refugees were pouring in, but they preserved with some assistance from Yadamhead. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers, and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Peasant has withered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself had heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull for a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between compared to our best years. The weight of stone leaving Thavnir have been light indeed. Our nation is a small and isolated, is purposely dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any objects to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. We must identify the obstacles. Remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akali and Yadahheim? I don't know how to pronounce that. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortages of able-bodied sailors in Yadahheim. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to this place. His father lost at sea when the beast severed his vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over, so many lives lost. Enough grief is to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not, Emilius Astinian. I will consider the perspectives you've brought me and devise a plan to help people confront this adversity. I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Alzadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Kalzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Please make me choose something. Okay, this one.
I see. We create a reliable source of revenue.
Everyone hates taxes, so it's not exactly a
Let
problem.
us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name. A fitting candidate. Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Mirad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
Get that coin. Go. Veteran ready. Thank you for putting forth Causa's name. Thank you for putting forth Causa's name. Those who lives he urged will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You'll forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Eustola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Eustola must have finished her study on the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say? I will go with you. Oh, the Strap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of the administration since before Ahuan assumed the office. They understand that what needs to be done. I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. And so, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. I think I'll still go on the stream. Onward we go.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many voids sent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Oh. After, depending on what the subject is, Naji,
the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the Gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
And not on Discord, though, because I'm not done streaming yet. Okay, after my stream we can talk, yeah. I'm gonna have to lay down for a little while though because I have a headache.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse.
Okay,
Why
I see
is
Najee.
only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the Cloud of Darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved. I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Don't screw this up, hero.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Voidsent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a Voidsent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made Voidsent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made Voidsent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with... Yes, it may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
We have to sneak around that place. Great. Is Charlie not gonna be helpful?
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Here we must enter Nomon's restricted air card with a minimum of fuss. Then we must secure permission to the form. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of members to broach the matter on our behalf. We think we might include no one springs to mind. What I was showing. For sure. Depends doing it right. Instead of let us head to phone and see. I gotta stop the stream. I have a bad headache right now. Not gonna be pretty. Guys, it's been good. I'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I gotta rest. This headache's getting worse, not any better, and I took medicine for it. So I'll see you next time. Check out my socials in the panels down below. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Almost to affiliate. Let's get these viewers up. Thank you. And share my content around. Thank you. Good night. Peace out.